How's it going, Pokemon fans? CJ here from the JollyMonz YouTube channel, here bringing you something that isn't really flashy, but still very good. It's been pretty good ever since it released, or was released, as far as I know. And that is, well, you can probably already see it, Volcanion. Now, this deck has changed a decent amount since Garbodor came out and kind of slowed everything down. People aren't playing as many items as they used to. Turbo decks had to make some drastic changes. Volcanion was one of their turbo decks, and you can see that in the lineup pretty well. But I'm just gonna go through the deck now. You got, of course, your Volcanion, your ideal start for the deck. It accelerates your energy, 1 energy, 20 damage. Take 2 fire energy from your discard and attach them to 2 Pokemon any way you like. They have to be on 2 separate Pokemon. And if you have the energy, you have to do 2, which is a little annoying. Then you got the Steam Artillery, 3 fire energy, 100 damage, not bad. HP solid, 130. But what kind of makes the deck tick is Volcanion-EX, 180 damage or 180 HP, pretty simple for EXs. 3 energy, 130. Attack can't be used during your next turn. But Steam Up is kind of what makes the deck tick. Discard a fire energy, and during this turn, your basic fire Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage. Now, I actually didn't know this only worked on basic Pokemon until I sat down to record this and I read it. And I just thought it was fire Pokemon. Now, of course, I've never played this in a deck where the fire Pokemon I was using wasn't a basic type. But, I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. And then, of course, the ideal start for this deck is start with Volcanion, attach energy, get 2 or 3 of these into play. You steam up a couple times to have Volcanion do more damage with the power heater. You can easily hit 80, 110 damage. And then you take those energy that you discard with steam up and attach them right back on to your bench Volcanion-EXs. And after 3, maybe 4 turns, you start attacking with these guys. Now, another thing you can do is if you do end up starting Volcanion-EX, and you kind of just get a slow start, you have to Sycamore a bunch, you can't find your float zones, you just end up discarding a lot of energy, you can always just go to Turtonator. Turtonator, 1 energy, the GX attack, attach 5 energy cards, 5 fire energies from your discard into your Pokemon any way you like. So that's pretty good. As the main GX attack we use in this deck. And to be fair, his attacks aren't that bad either. Shell Trap can be used if you're playing against some weaker stuff, make them not really want to attack you the following turn, or force them to have the Lysander around it. Usually when I'm attacking with this, I'm not using Shell Trap, I'm using Bright Flame. 3 energy, 160, discard 2 fire energy attached to this Pokemon. But with 160 base damage, you can knock out big Pokemon pretty easily. Just for example, 2 steam ups, an extra 60 damage. You're hitting, I'm bad at math, 220. What doesn't get knocked out by that? Metagross, weak to fire. Solgaleo, weak to fire. Decidueye, weak to fire. Primarina, who plays it? I can't think of anything else that doesn't get knocked out besides Wailord. Wailord, Primarina, Wishy-Washy if it has a Fighting Fury, but I don't know. There's not much that doesn't get knocked out by a Bright Flame with 2 steam ups, which is honestly pretty easy to do. Not gonna lie. Of course, you don't want to be attacking with Bright Flame all the time because then you're just discarding all of your energies. But it's a good, solid Pokemon to come in with once or twice just to hit something really hard. Some of the support Pokemon, you got a 1/1 Starmie line. Discard a card from your hand, grab 2 basic energy, put them in your hand. And what you're using this for is when you're going with, say you're just attacking with your Volcanion-EXs now, you're not even bothering with the non-EX Volcanion. You just discard a card, grab 2 energies back, and then you can just steam up, deal, 190 damage? So you just keep doing that every turn. You know, discard a card with Starmie, grab 2 energies. You know, maybe even discard a 3rd energy if it's already in your hand. You know, that's pretty much a dream scenario right there. Being able to just hit 190 every turn. So that's why there's the 1/1 line in here. You don't really need it early game, but you want to get it going when you're attacking with your Volcanion-EXs. And then 2 Lele, just because it's Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele's good. I'm going to go on to the supporters. You got, of course, your 4 Sycamore, your 3 N. There was originally 4 in the list that I found, but I took 1 out for a Fisherman. I don't want to have to rely on using Starmie every time, because you're playing a 1/1 line. It could easily just get prized, or it could just get knocked out with a Lysander early on. So Fisherman, bring it back with the Versus Seeker. We're playing 3 of them because, you know, Versus Seeker's good. Some of the other supporters, 3 Lysander. I haven't really had a problem with 3 Lysanders yet. Like I haven't been seeing them too much. I thought it was a little odd when the list I've looked at had 3, but after playing it, it works pretty good. I imagine you could cut it down to 2, but I don't know, I've just been rolling with it. And then 1 Olympia, because if you're attacking with your Volcanion-EXs, you want to keep switching them out, you know, because the same Volcanion can't attack twice in a row unless it's been like switched out and switched back in. You got some searching cards in here. You got 3 Brooklet Hill, because we're trying to cut down on the amount of energies we're playing because of Garbodor. That's why we're only playing 3 Ultra Ball itself. Brooklet Hill grabs your Volcanions because they are part water. And then it can also get your 1-star E if you need it. It's an easy way to start searching for your cards without actually having to play an item. But for stuff like Turtonator, Volcanion, Lele, the Starmie, we have Ultra Ball. I love Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball's got to be one of my favorite cards in the game. And then we got the rest of the switch effects. I mentioned Olympia earlier, but we got 2 switches because it's switch. You want to switch a lot with this deck. You need to, if you're going with just the Volcanion-EXs, I've said this probably a lot so far, but I mean, you can't attack more than once with this, and I'm probably stating the obvious here, and I should probably stop that. But you get 2 of these ready, you attack with 1, you switch it out, you attack with the other one. So you got the switches, you got, I need to X out of this, you got the float stones. I would almost want to consider playing a 3rd float stone, but I'm not 100% sure what I would take out. One thing I definitely wouldn't take out is Field Blower. You need 2 of these. I would almost even consider a 3rd one, just because of how popular Garbodor is. Garbotoxin, it doesn't really shut you. No, it pretty much shuts you down, because at that point you can't steam up. I guess you could just keep using Volcanic Heat for 130 every turn. But I don't know. I don't like that. I'm gonna say Garbodor just pretty much shuts you down. So you need 2 of these to get rid of the float stones on their Garbotoxin Garbodor. The deck from pre-Guardians Rising played 4 Max Elixir, and I know a lot of lists I've seen are cutting down to 2, which seems good to me. I feel like this is something you could cut because you already have your Power Heater for energy acceleration. So I feel like if you wanted to find room for something, I feel like Max Elixir could be the card you take out. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. I would have to play with the deck a little bit more. But there's still 2 Max Elixirs in here. Look at the top 6. Grab an energy, put it in play. Pretty simple. And then Rescue Stretcher, there's only 1 in here. You don't want to run out of Pokemon. You want to get the 1 Starmie or the 1/1 Starmie line back by just shuffling back in. You can search them up later. You need to grab a Lele to grab a particular supporter. Just grab another Volcanion so you can steam up again. Pretty simple stuff. This is a really versatile card. And then last but not least, you have your 4 energy. Not 4 energy. 14 energy. Just because you need a lot of energy. You need, you need to find energy to start discarding with Steam Up and to start power heatering back into play early on. And then after you get your, like 7, 8, 9 energy into play, you need energy to continue to discard with Steam Up if you want to actually attack with your Volcanion-EXs. So, this deck plays a decent amount of energy, 14. Would I add more or less? Maybe one more? But, I don't know. I've been comfortable sitting at 14. I started with 14 and I haven't felt like I needed any more or any less yet. Honestly, I think the list is pretty solid. Like I said, some small changes I might make is maybe add another Volcanion-EX. Is there anything else I would consider adding? Pokemon lineup seems fine. Energy's fine. Maybe another Floatstone. It's like, if I was to continue playing this, like after these videos, I would consider trying like maybe no max elixirs for another Floatstone or another Volcanion, or maybe cut a Lysander. I'm not 100% sure. But 99% of the cards in this list I like with the numbers that they are now. But that's it for the deck profile. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. You know, maybe you like the video. Maybe you want to see some more games with it. Well, not more games. Maybe you want to see me play some games with it. I kind of hope you do. But make sure you subscribe to see them. And as always, stay jolly.